Soul Fantasy Show, Soul Fan Show. Hey, it's a Soul Fan Show live for May 29th, 2020. Going over the top picks, plays, and studs for Draftkings and prices on Fanduel. If you already haven't, please subscribe to this channel. It's a 3 p.m. slate. Right on top is Devin Booker. But I just want to show you this little news clip before I get into it. Damian Lillard rips Dan Olszewski, saying he's entitled and spoiled. These commentators need to leave these guys alone. So let's just see what he said.
That there's people out there that don't have that choice, that they have to go to work and they have to go earn their money. I struggle with sitting here and going, you don't come off as a in some way it's spoiled and entitled brat by saying I'm not going to play.
Wow, he called him an entitled, spoiled brat.
Kind of
that's not appropriate. So this is my favorite player. That's why I'm showing you this. And guys like Dan Orlowski shouldn't be saying stuff like that about my fucking favorite player. I don't want to see the guy get fired or anything, but just watch your mouth. Somebody's going to get slapped. I'm just joking around. I don't usually go into news, but when it's my favorite player, I might dip and dab into the news. So here's Devin Booker. He's a top soul stud of the day. Devin Booker. All right. He's 8K on FanDuel. He's expensive as usual, but he gets all these minutes, 2,241 minutes, 44 plus or minus. He made 444 field goals, a lot of three-pointers made, 126. All right, three-point percentage, 36%, not bad. He gets to the free throw line. He somehow managed to get a good amount of rebounds, some blocks, a lot of assists, and a high turnover percentage. That's what usually brings you down, but he doesn't do that every game. 50, 59, 50. That's what you're getting today, a 50 to 60 fantasy points. Ignore that 42. He's getting 50 to 60 fantasy points. I'm comfortable putting him in the MVP spot. I'm comfortable playing him. Look at his matchup, 29 and 28 rank. He's 100. All right, here's his score tallies, but I got him getting a 60. I do. All right, here's Evan Fournier, the Fournier. He's only 72 DD. He has a tough matchup, but he's going to get you 30 fantasy points. He's expensive. He's very expensive. 10-6. 11-1, it says. He might even be more than 10-6. He's expensive. I don't like him. I don't like his price. I don't like his style. No, I like his style. I don't like his fucking price, man. All right, Nikola Vukic, 48, 60. He could get you a 62. 62. Not a 62. He could get you a 62, but he has a hard matchup. 4.2 times value. 15,300. I'm not sure if that's right. That's pretty high. That's not right. He's 10-4, I'm pretty sure. Okay, then you got Gordon next. He has a pretty hard matchup for his position. Getting a fantasy point per minute. 30. He's projected 30 with a 3.5 time value. All right, I don't know about these prices, so I'm just going to steer clear of them. They might be right. They might be wrong. We'll see. All right, 1,900 minutes played. 726 field goals attempted, 314 made, 226 three-pointers, and 68 made because he was hurt a lot. He was hurt in the season. A lot of rebounds, though. Assists, and his turnover is good, 10%. See, he has a lot of stats. He wasn't really hurt that much. I remember him being hurt. I don't know if these stats are like... I guess he just played hurt all the time. Like this 3-2 Trailblazers, he was hurt. I guess he played. Sorry about that. I thought he was hurt. He was one of those guys that I'm pretty sure this might not be right. I thought he was like out for part of the season. Let's see. It says he played almost every game. You know, he was out here and there and always returned. So he is what he is. He does well. I would play Gordon. Kelly Oubre, all right, 26, 7, 47, up and down. You don't know what you're going to get out of him. You could get something. Look at that matchup. Easy matchup. He's definitely going to get 5 times value and get over 30 fantasy points. I always play Kelly Oubre. I don't have a problem with him. If you roster him, I do not have a problem with that. A lot of minutes. Here's some of his stats. If you want to look through it. 8% turnover ratio. Man. See, all right, he was out during the end of the season. But he played most of the middle season. He had almost 60 fantasy points in February. And he has his good games, but he will probably not give you 60. He will probably give you 30 to 45 fantasy points. So then you got Ross, Ayton, Rubio. Let's see some of their stats. Ross is good. I sometimes I play him. Don't depend on him. Play him if you really want to. Don't count on him. Ayton, I never play. I just don't play him. I take my chance going around him. He has an easy matchup, 1.27 fantasy points per minute. You can play him. His value is very high, almost 6 times value. But I guess you could play him today because he's cheap. He's dirt cheap. 8 on FanDuel. He's been priced down on Draftkings. Those are some of his stats. 12% turnover ratio, not bad. All right, he was hurt a little bit here and there. And see, he gets you 50, then he gets 24, then he gets 50, then 43, 34. Depends what his price is. I guess if he's 7K, go for it. If he's 7.4, go for him. Yes. Play him. If he's cheap. When he's cheap, play Ayton. As soon as they start pricing him up, drop him out of your lineup. Rubio is the same. Rubio was very hurt during... Let's see if they have that stat correct. He was very hurt during... See? I know for a fact he was out for a lot of games during the season. So, this is what they say he had. He did have that 70 fantasy points towards the end of the year. That was true. But he got hurt during the season. So, you can't always trust the facts. They're wrong sometimes. He was hurt during the season. He's 6'6" now. When he came back, he struggled. But then, when he started getting healthy, he played very strong. 1.14 fantasy points per minute. He got an easy matchup. The Suns are... You're going to try to play Suns. So, here's some stats. Fultz. The Suns have the easier matchup today. So, you're going to roster mostly Suns. That's what I would do. And these guys, there's a lot of them. There's a lot of guys to play. I'm just going over some stats. Look at Birch, 1,000. Michael Carter-Williams, 2,000. Sarge, 3K. I wouldn't play Frank. He's good when everybody's hurt, but everybody's playing. So don't play Frank. You could play Baines, but he's expensive and he's only going to get 20. 13 to 40 fantasy points. Count him in for 22.7, 23 fantasy points. It's probably what he's going to get. And we can take him off there. And here's some guys down low. On the DL, don't play Dilio. What's the Dilio? 8.2% value. 8.2 times value. Still not playing him. Ty Jerome was a big disappointment. Very big disappointment. Very big. Didn't do anything during the season. Very disappointing. Ty Jerome. I don't care if he's $1,000. I don't care. Is he 1,000? He's 3.5 on FanDuel. So if he's 1,000, I still wouldn't play him. I still would not play him. Look at his fantasy points. Negative 0.5, 3, 5, 9, 3. He had one game with 18.5 fantasy points. That is when a bunch of guys did not play. All right? Don't play this guy, even though he could be good next year, but this year he wasn't good. I'm not sure about last year, but I didn't trust him. I played him and got freaking booked in the butt. Okay, that's our positions. Let's go over the lineups and break a couple of them down. So they put Gordon in the spot. Obviously, they're putting Ayton in. Augustine, I would not waste my time with. So, like I said, I'd rather have Booker in the MVP spot. I don't care. because then we could just get rid of him. And there's a bunch of guys that are a little cheaper. There's Sarge. There's Williams. Michael Carter Williams. There's Birch. Even Jerome. I wouldn't really play Jerome, but right here you can just go Isaac. All right, so here's a lineup. Now let's see if here's one by itself with Booker, with 4 Suns. I would roster 4 Suns today, like this. They like DJ Augustine, so I'm gonna leave him in this one. This is a good lineup, but I would just get Fultz out of there and do this with the extra salary, even though it's going to be similar to other people's lineups. It's all right. Sometimes it's all right. So now they got 4 suspect players in here. Bynes, Ross, Augustine, and Bridges. 4 guys I'm not playing today. Rubio I will. And there's a lot of money left over, so don't do this lineup. See, I'll play Oubre here. And you could play Bridges. Bridges would probably be the one to go to here. And, yeah, you're pretty much stuck if you go this route with Bridges and Ross and Augustine. So they're suspect. All right, let's see. All right, with Vuk in the MVP spot, I'm taking him out. I'm not putting Augustine in for him. I'd rather play Bynes than Augustine. I took Ennis off the list. I'd play Ennis. I would. He's a big risk today, but I'd play him to save salary so I can get... I wouldn't go Ross or Bridges here. I'll just keep Fultz in. You know, yeah. No, I'm not spending up for Ross. But I can spend up for Booker here if you want Vuk and Booker in there. And you got Ayton and Rubio. So the only risk you're taking is Ennis, which you saved a lot of salary on. If he does anything, this lineup here is going to be nice. And you got to pray on Fultz. He never does anything either. All right. There's a couple more lineups, and then we'll put a cheaper guy in the MVP spot. So say I want to put Kelly Oubre is a little bit cheaper, so now I got a lot of money to spend. I'm going to try to load Suns up. But I want Vuk though. I want Vuk in there. You gotta play him. He's gonna command points. So you could do this here, and this is a much less risk, but you're taking a risk with Bridges, Ross, and Fultz. All right. Now they're a lot of people are gonna put Booker in MVP. So Booker, Vuk, but you might want to put a Sun in there. Oubre. Man, I can't I can't go here like this. But you can if you want to just risk yourself. And then you just go. Can we somehow get Vuk in there? How can we get Vuk into this lineup? See, this could be special. You need to keep Ayton in there because we went over his salary. So Fournier is so expensive. Just go Oubre or Gordon. No, Gordon can't go in there. So you go Oubre. No, that's all over too. All right, you're 800 over. All right, we really don't want to change this. What can we do to get rid of the 8? Oh man, Bridges over Rubio. You can't do that. You're just gonna have to get rid of him. And maybe we can. Oh man. There's nobody to change out here. Let's see. I don't want to go Ross. Isaac, Ennis, Frank, Sarge. So maybe if we just go Sarge here, we can change our captain to... Oh, man. This is tough. This one's hard. This is the hardest one I've seen all year.